Welcome to the Gulag, being the introduction for the Compleat Glass Tit Omnibus. This is Harlan Ellison, and this is my final communique to you prisoners of war. No more warnings. I'm done with all that. We've lost. I began actively warning you how it was closing in, what the prison would look like, how they would try to fool you with new meanings to old words, how they would convince you that everyone was your enemy and you were too stupid to know who the bad guys were. Told you they'd lie to you, but mostly they'd frighten you. Began writing the Glass Tit columns the week of 4 to 10 October in 1968 in the Los Angeles Free Press, and I kept going for 102 episodes. When I quit the Freep, I was instantly snapped up by the Los Angeles Flyer and did 2 very long columns there, which are included in this complete Glass Tit for the first time. 102 installments, dozens of other essays and critiques, comments on our culture as interpreted through the all-seeing eye of television, and gardy-loos, many gardy-loos along the way, warnings, sapient to my eye teeth, smart guy who could read the future. I took what I saw coming across that screen daily, and as awful as it was, I treated it seriously. For laughs, of course, because such endless japery could not be considered real. It was all a dumb show, but it portended much, and it was easy to make fun of. Every miserable little sitcom was a microcosm of what was going on in our country. And so, laughing heartily inside, I treated it seriously. I wrote small essays that would have made de Tocqueville smile. I was a Baedeker of my time, a field guide to what Rinso and Joy commercials really meant. Oh, I thought I was the cultural Freud, much in love with myself, predicting woe if one embraced that whore, television, and having no idea that the internet was just around the corner. Warning that if you spent too much time each day staring into that screen, your life would be majorly fucked. Now we spend all day staring into one screen or another. Now we have no more friends, but have been given something utterly bogus. Facebook friends. Total strangers to whom we pass along every last little boring jot of minutia the instant it happens. We have destroyed genuine friendship. We have grown dumber and dumber the more information is put on that electronic backfence gossip. We have vanished civility and privacy and courtesy. The little handheld horrors can take pictures, so take pictures, whether the object of your snap wants you to do it or not. Why, you're a public person if you step out on a sidewalk. You have no say whether I can be permitted to make you look like a fool and shove you out onto one of the millions of little blathering blogs that once were reserved for a locked diary in a drawer. Now, everything is free. Never mind that you're stealing, that you're destroying what was always a shaky economy. It's free. Unless some really mean asshole like Ellison sicks his flying blue monkey squad of attorneys on you for breaching my copyright by stealing one of my stories and throwing it up on that electronic highwayman's dream. You are prisoners of the tube and prisoners of the computer. They tell you how much freedom you have, how much wider and freer a world than those crude oldie time boys from just 20 years ago had, those who didn't have the freedom of walking around all day hooked into a smaller version of the Gulag, that imprisoning screen. Yeah, freedom. Trapped is what you are. Trapped. And everything I've been fulminating about in these 2 books, well, it's all come true. Millions of words, 50 years. It all made me seem so sapient, so puissant, so coaching Team Humanity to cover its ass. Well, it meant nothing. I did my little tumble and high wire act, my dog and pony, but I was an ass to think I could even slow it down an hour. They bought you. The way they buy those fools who go to the Golden Globe Awards knowing they're bogus, but going anyhow because the studios are paying for it. The self-congratulating little cadre of the entertainment industry that has taken over our world. You got scammed. They bought you. And when something actually wonderful happened, like the rescue of the Chilean miners, when something like that comes along, it gets its mere 15 minutes in the spotlight. One of the miners gets to sing at Elvis Presley's Graceland, and the world forgets the men in the hole, the incredible miracle. It needs its idiot distractions and turns away to babble about how its cat can play the oboe and how outrageous are the thongs on the girls on Glee. So, though the doom peal I've been sounding, first in these now classic books, thereafter anywhere my mouth would be open, as if I had declared myself the town crier. Anywhere, talking about television and its syphilitic mate, the internet, and all the octopoidal dark alleyways of this imprisoning electronic madhouse, has as much effect as a fart on the open sea. And here are the books, together at last, as are you, with the Gulag, Bedlam, the prison. It is no more than the barking of a clown at the night sky. You are as trapped as I and everyone else. No more noble than consumers, the burros at the end of the pack train. And they tell you how free you are, because you can download Avatar into the palm of your hand while you walk, while you text, while you tweet, while you get your ass run over in a crosswalk by a 7 Santini Brothers moving van. No, schmuck. That ain't freedom. The only reason to see Avatar to begin with, apart from Cameron badly swiping all the planetary artwork from Roger Dean, is because the boring piece of crap was as fucking big as Lithuania. But shrunk down to your hand, dullard, you might have, a lot less expensively, bought this year's Roger Dean calendar and gotten more truly transported. But that might require you use your imagination, and we sure as hell don't want that dried-up old peach pit to be stressed, do we? I used to think that just my tone of voice could keep people above the ridgeline, safe from the lava. Thus, these 2 glass-tit books. But what a fraud. What an ass full of himself. I can't save you. No one can. You gave yourself over happily. You let yourself be scammed. You looked around the poker game and couldn't spot the mark, and you forgot what I kept warning you. If you can't spot the sucker, you're it. Enjoy the books. They're my testament and my piss-poor attempt to keep you all from becoming butts in the big gang rape. I wrote this on 26 January 2011. This has been Harlan Ellison.